Thinking of starting a translation business in Japan but not sure where to begin? In this video, we'll walk you through exactly how to set up a translation company, from choosing the right structure to finding your first clients. Whether you're already doing freelance translation or just looking to turn your language skills into a serious business, this guide will walk you through every step. Now let's introduce the team. Tyson Bettino is our co-founder. Tyson specializes in business growth and advisory support. He helps entrepreneurs build and scale businesses that work in the Japanese market. Then there is TJ Yoon, who is also our co-founder. Born and raised in Japan, TJ has a strong background in investment advising and international business. He is fluent in English and Japanese and has supported over 30 companies with setup and has managed more than 40 subsidy and loan applications in Japan. Next, there is me, Heiken Wong, the marketing manager. I lead content and communications at SmartStart Japan, and I focus on providing useful guidance to help people launch and grow successful businesses in Japan. Now, let's take a look at what it actually takes to start your own translation business in Japan. If you're fluent in Japanese and at least one other language, starting a translation business in Japan could be one of the most practical and profitable paths available. Here's a quick overview of the process. First, you'll need a business address. This can be your home, a virtual office, or a physical space depending on your setup. Next, you'll draft your Articles of Incorporation, prepare a company seal, and deposit your startup capital into a personal account. Then you'll submit your paperwork to the Legal Affairs Bureau and receive your official registration. Finally, you'll register with your local tax office and apply for the blue form to qualify for tax benefits. This process is more straightforward than you might think, and we're breaking it all down step by step. Before you register your company, it's important to define your business clearly. This means understanding what kind of structure you'll use and what services you'll offer. In Japan, there are two common options when setting up a company: Goto Kaisha, or GK, and Kabushiki Kaisha, or KK. GK is the more beginner-friendly structure. It's similar to an LLC and is great for solo founders or small teams. It's simple to manage, requires fewer legal formalities, and is cheaper to set up. It's a solid choice if you're just getting started or running things on your own. KK, on the other hand, is more formal and has higher credibility, especially with large corporate clients. But it comes with more paperwork and a higher cost. It's ideal if you plan to scale quickly, raise capital, or work with major clients. Most independent translators start with a GK and upgrade later if needed. Now think about what kind of services you want to offer. Most people start with basic translation, helping individuals, businesses, or agencies. But over time, you can expand into interpretation, localization, or even subtitling, depending on your skills and market needs. Now let's talk about your business address, which is one of the first things you'll need when registering a company in Japan. Even if you're working solo, from home, or entirely online, you are required to include a valid Japanese address in your Articles of Incorporation. This address becomes part of your legal documents, so it needs to be official. The good news is it doesn't have to be a physical office. Virtual offices and home addresses are both allowed, especially for Goto Kaisha setups. But your address matters for more than just paperwork. A well-chosen address can build trust with clients as certain locations carry different reputations. For example, a company based in central Tokyo, like in Minato or Shibuya, is often seen as more prestigious compared to one registered in areas like Chiba or Saitama. This can help create a more professional image and instill confidence in your clients. Additionally, your address plays a key role if you're considering applying for a business manager visa. We'll go into more detail about the visa requirements in the next section. Let's look at your main options. First, you can use your home address. This is the easiest and cheapest option, especially if you're registering a GK and working on your own. Just make sure it's okay with your landlord if you're renting. Second, there are co-working spaces. These offer a more professional look and access to meeting rooms, which can be useful if you plan to meet clients in person. And then there are virtual offices. These are great for low-cost startups. Many legal affairs bureaus accept them, and they give you a commercial address without the cost of physical space. But here's an important point. If you plan to apply for the business manager visa, a virtual or co-working space won't qualify. You'll need a dedicated physical office. Next, let's talk about your Articles of Incorporation. This is your company's official founding document and is the blueprint for your translation business. To complete it, you'll need to include your company name and make sure to add GK or KK based on your business structure. You'll also need a registered address in Japan, even if it's just a virtual office or your home. Then, write out your business purpose. For a translation business, that might include translation, interpretation, localization, or all three. You'll also list your capital amount, and finally, include details about the founder, like your name, address, and ownership share. All the details in this document have to be consistent with your other registration forms. There will be no exceptions. If you're forming a Kabushiki Kaisha, you'll need to get this notarized. But for a Godo Kaisha, notarization is not required. You can just sign and submit it. In Japan, your company seal, which is called a Hanko, acts as your official signature. You'll use it to register your company, open a business bank account, sign contracts, and complete other legal paperwork. Here's what you need to do. First, design your seal using your company's registered name in Japanese or katakana, then order it from a local Hanko shop or online. It usually costs between 3,000 and 10,000 yen, depending on the material. Next, you have to register the seal with the Legal Affairs Bureau during your company registration. After that, you'll receive a seal certificate, which proves your seal is legally valid. Keep the design clean and professional and avoid overly decorative fonts. Once you have it, store your seal securely. It has legal power and can be used to approve contracts and bank transactions. We will leave links to recommended Hanko shops in the description below. Before you can register your translation company, you need to deposit your startup capital. This goes into the representative's personal Japanese bank account. After you make the deposit, you will have to create a document called a Capital Deposit Certificate, or Haraikomi Shomeisho. This will prove that the money was actually transferred. The certificate should include the bank name, the account holder, who should be the company's representative, the amount you deposited, and the date of the transaction. Even if 1 yen is enough for a Godo Keisha, most founders will start with a more practical amount, like 300,000 yen or more. Keep the transaction slip as proof. This, with your certificate, will go into your registration paperwork. Once your documents are ready, the next step is to submit everything to the Legal Affairs Bureau to formally register your company. This is the final step in making your translation business official. You'll need to prepare your application form, Articles of Incorporation, Proof of Capital Deposit, and the seal registration form. Make sure all your information matches exactly because any mismatch could delay approval. Processing usually takes about 1 to 2 weeks. Once approved, you'll receive your company registration certificate and seal certificate. These documents are essential for opening a business bank account and handling legal contracts going forward. For a full walkthrough, check out our video on how to register your company in Japan. With this step complete, your business is now legally recognized in Japan. Once your company is officially registered, you'll need to notify your local tax office within 2 months. This is important to stay legally compliant in Japan. You'll submit a notification of incorporation, and if you want better tax benefits, be sure to file the blue form early as it allows for deductions and makes your accounting much easier from the start. If you have employees, you may also need to file payroll-related forms. Don't skip this step. Filing on time helps you avoid penalties and gets your business set up for smooth financial operations. One of the best things about starting a translation business in Japan is that you don't need any special licenses. That means the setup process is simple. You can start working as soon as your company is registered. There's no legal requirement to get approval from the government to offer translation services. You're free to operate independently as long as you follow the basic business and tax laws. That said, getting optional certifications can help you stand out and gain trust, especially when dealing with corporate clients. For example, you can join the Japan Translation Federation, or JTF, and the Japan Association of Translators, or JAT. These memberships show that you take your work seriously. If you're planning to focus on a specific area, like legal, medical, or technical translation, getting certified in that field can really boost your credibility. For more details on licenses and permits for businesses in Japan, check out our video linked in the description below. While the legal minimum capital to start a Godo Kaisha is just 1 yen, that's really just the paperwork requirement. In reality, a budget around 300,000 to 500,000 yen is more realistic to cover your setup and early operating costs. You'll likely need to pay for registration fees, your company seal, maybe a virtual office, and some basic tools like a website and translation software, especially if you plan to use CAT tools. Most people fund this using personal savings, but if you're planning to grow, there are other options. The Japan Finance Corporation offers small business loans, and you may qualify for SME grants or subsidies later on. So don't stress too much. This is a relatively low-cost business to launch in Japan. Once your translation business is registered, your next priority is staying compliant. That means keeping up with your bookkeeping, invoicing properly, and following basic legal obligations. You'll need to handle annual tax filings and maintain clean accounting records. If you're working with other businesses, make sure you understand Japan's qualified invoice system, which is essential for B2B transactions. Also, always use written contracts and NDAs when working with clients. This will protect both sides and set clear expectations. Legally, there are two key areas you should be familiar with: the Companies Act, which outlines how GK or KK businesses are structured and governed, and tax law, which includes your filing deadlines, rules on consumption tax, and how to apply for the blue form for tax deductions. Managing these responsibilities properly will save you stress and help your business stay on track long term. Once your translation business is set up, it's time for you to get clients. Start by building a bilingual website that clearly shows your services, testimonials, and contact info. And don't forget basic SEO, as it will help people find you online. To attract clients, you should use platforms like Prozee, Upwork, and Crowdworks. You can also connect through LinkedIn or attend industry events and local meetups in Japan. Credibility is also important. Joining groups like JTF or JAT is a great way to build credibility and connect with potential clients or partners. In a competitive market like Japan, general translation isn't enough. Specializing in a niche, like legal, tourism, or academic work, helps you stand out and charge more. Clients trust subject matter expertise, not just language skills. And if you understand how Japanese businesses operate, that gives you an even bigger advantage. Once your translation business is up and running, there are several ways to grow with real support from the Japanese government. One example is the Small Business Sustainability Subsidy. This grant can provide up to 2 million yen to help cover costs like website development, marketing, or client outreach, perfect for getting your services off the ground. Another useful option is the IT Introduction Subsidy. This helps small businesses pay for software and digital tools, including translation platforms and CAT tools, to improve workflow and productivity. If you're considering working with international partners, you may explore the Business Manager Visa, which lets you operate long-term in Japan. We will include a link to our article on grants and subsidies in the video description below. These resources are designed to help you grow, so take advantage of them early on. If you're thinking about starting your own translation business in Japan and still have questions, we're here to help. SmartStart Japan offers a free 30-minute consultation where you can speak directly with our team. Just head to smartstartjapan.com and book your session today. We can help with the full setup process so you can focus on growing your business. If you're overseas, we also assist with the Business Manager Visa. And if funding is a concern, our Smart Boost service can help you apply for grants and government-backed loans to get the capital you need. For translation opportunities, you can check out gengo.com, a platform that connects freelancers with translation jobs. You can also join the Japan Expat Network on Facebook to connect with other entrepreneurs and expand your network in Japan. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and drop your questions in the comments. We're happy to help.